So more than 20 former and current local Tory party chairmen will deliver a letter to Downing Street later opposing plans for gay marriage. Ben Harris-Quinney is chairman of the Bow Group, which represents younger Conservatives and is one of those signatories. He joins us now live from Westminster. Good afternoon. Do you agree with what Ed Vaizey says, that yes, OK, there are divisions over this, there are disagreements, but it's all good-natured?
Well, I think it's good-natured and polite, but there's very serious issues here. There's issues as to the maintenance of our democracy, both in the Conservative Party and in the country at large. There's issues with the content of the bill that I think urgently need to be discussed and need to be explored fully in debate, both in the Conservative Party, the country, and in Parliament. So these issues are serious, but yeah, I would say the debate is good-natured. The concern is also that it damages the Conservative Party's chances of winning the next election.
All right, we'll come to that one, the next election, the Conservative Party. But you said the maintenance of democracy. What do you mean by that? This is a free vote going through the House of Commons.
Yeah, but I think it's very important that people understand that there was, and many do, that there was no mandate for this in the 2010 Conservative Manifesto. There was no mandate for it in the coalition agreement. It wasn't announced in the Queen's speech laying out the legislative agenda. And so I think from that basis there's been no opportunity for the public at large to vote on this issue. What needs to happen is we need to have a general election where parties set out in their manifesto what their view is on this issue. David Cameron, I know, came on Sky 2 days before the election, I think it was, to say he absolutely wouldn't be redefining marriage. Clearly that position has now changed, but the public at large haven't had the opportunity to vote on it. That's what needs to happen. It needs to be in a manifesto. It needs to go to a general election.
Why then, Ben, do you think that the Prime Minister is pushing this through? It's not high on people's list of concerns about what government does in its time in power. Why is the Prime Minister doing this?
Quite frankly, I have absolutely no idea. I think what David Cameron is trying to do is to move the Conservative Party ever forward, so it's on the cutting edge of politics, and I think that's the right way to approach things. However, I don't think this issue is going to actually improve gay rights in the United Kingdom. I think there are many alternatives, like extending civil partnership to all people. And actually, I think if you look at issues like ethnic minorities and their engagement with the Conservative Party, only 16% of ethnic minorities voted Conservative at the last election. And the vast majority of them, polls show, are against gay marriage. I think the Conservative Party urgently needs to be doing more work to engage with ethnic minorities, not only to win elections, but also to be representative of the country.
So, if I'm right in understanding what you're saying, your concern isn't actually about the number of people who are pro this bill, anti this bill. It's about how the bill is being promoted. One of the things I mentioned, you were a representative of young Conservatives, and that perceived idea that the majority of young Conservatives are behind the bill. Yeah,
that's absolutely wrong. I mean, I work with and talk to young Conservatives all the time. I would say it's about half and half in terms of who are in favour and who are against gay marriage. In terms of those that are concerned about the bill and the way it's been handled, every single person I have spoken to has serious concerns about the way this bill has been handled and the effect it will have on the chances of the Conservative Party winning the next election. But broadly, I have deep concerns about the way it's been handled. I also have concerns about the content of the bill, that it hasn't been properly thought through and debated. The full implications of the bill haven't been considered, and I think there are better ways to increase equality in this country, as I say, like extending civil partnerships to all. And Peter Tatchell backed that campaign up to 2010. It was called the Equal Love campaign. I was fully in support of that. I'm fully in support of civil partnership. I think a lot of people are. I think that's where we should be going, but we need more time to debate it.
So, Ben, to the next election, to David Cameron as your leader, you really think that this is going to have such an impact on the Conservative Party that it will see David Cameron's demise, the Conservative Party's demise?
I certainly don't think it will see the demise of David Cameron, the Conservative Party. I hope not. I really hope that David Cameron can lead us into the next election. I think people often underestimate the gravity of the task that he inherited economically. I think he's doing a great job and being steadfast on that. I think he's doing a great job as an international statesman. But it's important that he acknowledges the deep concern that there is in the party and the country at large over this issue, and I really hope that it's not enough to cost his political career or to cost the Conservative Party the next election, because what's really crucial, and this is the most important point, is that what we've got to focus on is growing the economy in this country. That's what really impacts people's lives, and that's what we need to return to in our focus as soon as possible. And I just hope that this issue doesn't split the Conservative Party and prevent that from happening.
Ben Harris-Quinney, thank you.